Eagles. They are under the tutelage of Jason Kennedy. He's in his 6th season up in Chestnut Hill. 96 victories, 78 losses. We are set for volleyball on a Sunday in Miami. Off we go. A near immediate ace for Boston College. Miami will just have to send it back to the other side of the floor. So Boston College with their first opportunity of the day. There's an attacking error, and it's 1-0 Miami.
That was a really big swing by Katrina Jensen there. She couldn't get a piece of it. Watch out for Boston College, one of their biggest assets. It's a great blocking team. They're 2nd in the ACC.
Yalis Rosado, a junior, to serve for the Canes. It was a troubling night on Friday for Boston College. There's a point for the Eagles. It's 1-1. And it was an easy night for Miami. So, you got to stay hungry. Boston College certainly eager to get themselves into the win column this weekend.
It's a little bit challenging to find the mindset after such an easy match against that Syracuse team. So let's see if they can pick it up.
Look at that.
Oh my God. That's Ashley Carr. This is her first time starting, as I recall, at least in the last couple of years here. She has done an outrageous job, not only blocking, but as you saw her, she has a heavy arm. She can hit that ball from the middle.
Carr Jr., 6 feet tall, out of Glenview, Illinois.
They slipped one in there from the middle. That same player leaving right there at Julia Haggerty. It's been interesting, the middle position. Obviously, Janice Leao being their best middle. It's not been playing due to injuries. And they've been having players back and forth in that position, but all of them have done a really good job, as we see for Marie hitting real hard there from position 2.
That's 1 kill. And she's good for double digits, what feels like every single match. And now she'll have an opportunity to serve. And watch this. She is incredible from that back line serving.
One of the 2 jump servers that actually jump hit that ball, as you can see there. The ball didn't go through. It's 4 touches. 2 players with a jump serve. For Maria Heredia, and then the Puerto Rican Grace Lopez, which is, I think it's the sensation right now as a freshman in the ACC. She's
on the front line right now for Miami. As that one sails a bit too deep for Heredia Colon, and it's 4-3 Miami in the early going.
Now we're seeing more jump serves, which I enjoy. The women's game, it's looking as powerful and as athletic as the men's game. There's not a reason why it shouldn't look that way. So we're moving into a similar game as the men's. It's all about attacking and trying to put pressure on that passing game.
It's Jane Petrie serving for Boston College, and another point for the Miami Hurricanes. Michael Galen, Mark Edsel, the referees this afternoon. Daniel Karp and Joseph Hernandez, the line judges here in Coral Gables.
Great swing there by Grace Lopez. She saw that block. She says, I'm not hitting through this. Let me tool. Outside hand. Great job.
And here is Milana Moisio to serve. 5-3 Miami early. It's dug out nicely right there. And a battle at the net and a point for Boston College.
That was a lucky play. Good serve and good defense by Moisio, which I think she has done a great job. The Canes have a lot of depth in that position. They have Yai, who's playing right now as a libero, but there's also Moisio and Feliciano. All of them can do that job ridiculously good. It's out of bounds.
Some errors here in the early going.
Early game jitters, butterflies.
And here comes Grace Lopez.
Here comes that nasty jumper from 5 to 5, being a lefty. Some confusion there on defense. Good hit, by the way, by Boston College.
Yeah, Yalis Rosado took a look at Flor Marie Heredia Colon as the ball whizzed right between the 2 of them. And
yep, right in that gap. Maybe she should have jumped at it, being the libero.
Angela Grieve gets in on the action for the first time today.
And if that's how they're going to play defense on Angie, they're going to have a tough time. She has a really good shot down the line, as you just saw. And they were kind of playing a rotational defense, which means that the setter was right behind the block. Usually leaves that opening at position 1.
So now Grieve serving. It's that hybrid jump serve a little bit from Angela Grieve. That's dug out nicely there by Rosado.
Great defense. Oh, nice play by
Wow.
Lopez.
Boy, the presence of mind to just push that thing towards the back line is really impressive for a freshman.
The malice of these Puerto Rican players, and you can also agree on that on Brazilians and Dominicans. They've been playing since they're 5 years old. They have all the malice in the world to play this game.
Oh,
that was a bomb.
Gracious.
I don't think I've seen a bigger hit from her like that one on a set that was off system and a little bit away, but she has that arm. And great to hear. As you can see, the ball was a little bit off the net. The net is still 7 feet and 4 inches anywhere. Why not smack it? So she did it.
Holy cow. That had some heat on it.
It had a lot of heat. That one too, by the way.
Elena Crabtree, the senior out of Normal, Illinois. Outside hitter, 6 feet 2 inches tall. Another look at it here.
This is actually a very tall team. Boston College has a really, really, really tall team. That's why they show up in the numbers on the net. Great blocking team.
Great serve. Wow. And there you go, right on cue. There's that block.
You need to see heavy hitters like you see heavy hitters in baseball. Yeah, you hit the home runs, but you strike out sometimes, and when you strike out, it looks ugly. In volleyball, those are those blocks when the ball comes down. It's a good pass. You let it tight.
Ooh. Dug out nicely by Haley Schroeder out of Texas.
That was probably going out, but they played it out. Oh, big mistake there. Another big mistake.
That's a point for Miami right there. 4 touches.
Yeah, they didn't realize that ball was under, so the block doesn't count. That's the moment that you're hitting it under the net, it's a touch. If she was blocking or blocking motion or hitting, it wouldn't count. But that first ball that went over the side, it was under the net. Good call by the refs.
So 10-7, Hurricanes lead.
Oh, good placing and a heavy arm there of Katrina Jensen.
Wow.
Both teams went, I mean, Miami runs a fast offense, doesn't matter what. But in Boston College's case, they also run a pretty fast offense before the moment that the ball is a really good pass.
Just tipped over that time. Are they going to send it to Cologne? Yep.
That ball just landed, by the way, guys, maybe 5 feet from us as it came back. We're sitting on the other side. There you go. You see, they were right there to where transmission is.
You know, it's actually amazing, Alan, when you think about Heredia Cologne along with Grace Lopez, sophomores and freshmen. There you go. Lopez on cue. The future for this Hurricanes volleyball team, if you build it around those two, holy cow.
Well, they still, I think Savannah is eligible for 1 more year.
Right.
So is Alanis Vieira, and they also have a setter from the Dominican Republic who actually just helped that team qualify for the Olympics that she's redshirting. So, yeah, you need to count with the Canes. Whoa,
wow.
That's top 10 material right there. That's a double. There you go.
Wow.
That's one of the most athletic plays that I've seen on a great athlete like Savannah Back. This is ridiculous.
Watch what Vach does right here.
Come on, guys. It's top 10 material. Yeah, after the second touch, there's a timeout on the floor.
Goodness gracious. So the Hurricanes have a 13-8 lead. Let's take a break. Good first set on hand here in Miami this afternoon.
Santiago, Chile, and she would have been part if she was in here.
For her age and a freshman, she is so impressive.
That ball was out of bounds. And not only that, she can play multiple positions. Like for Kano right now, it makes a lot of sense to play her on the right side or as opposite, which is the right name for that position. But she has the advantage of having extra tools. She can pass too, so she can become an outside at any point.
Miami trying to run away with the first set here. They're going to have another opportunity with Cologne, who just tried to push it over. And Boston College going to come up with a point right there.
That was a great job by Savannah back there. They try to keep, this is one of the things that their offense does. They're trying to keep that ball in the same place. I think they were tight to each other. Maybe Marie was expecting it to be higher, but that was a really good set, though.
I think if we get a break in the action here at some point, and we don't go to break, we might be able to try to highlight that VAC set for you.
I'm pretty sure.
Before the timeout, because that was incredible. That was really fun to watch.
I think we can do also a good job for ESPN. We can edit it for them and send them.
Right?
That's a top 10 play right
there. Make it easier on them?
Yeah. Nice hit.
Kill by Schroeder. Freshman out of Frisco, Texas. Went to Reedy High School.
There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of height in this Boston College team. It's a team trying. I see them like trying to find their identity in the 6th year of the coach, and they're just trying to find it.
Oh boy.
Ball was out of bounds. I saw a lot of movement on the net, but it looks like they didn't call anything in there.
That's still shaking.
Marie's always happy, but I think makes her happier to know that her mom is here, which, by the way, she was a stud player for the Dominican Republic. Mom is in the stands enjoying her, too.
Service error by Boston College. So 16-11 Miami. There's that jump serve.
She went for a 3/4 one to get it in. Good defense.
Wow. Oh, miscommunication. Angela Grieve and Savannah Vach get tied up. Should have been one that Miami could have handled.
They didn't crash there. The way that they play defense, both players could have had a shot, and it was right in that, in that gap in which nobody knows whose ball it was, but thankfully nothing happened.
Who should have communicated there?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Whoever calls mine, and
gotcha.
Easiest job in the world, still so hard for some girls to say mine. It takes care of everything. Like the moment you call the ball, everybody gets away, and we just saw Grace Lopez scoring at will again. Grace Lopez played on the western side of the island, which actually they've been coming a lot of great teams from that side of the island. Out of bounds on that. Subs there, number 3 coming in for number 2 to set. So Chandler Swanson coming in for Haiti Schrader.
(17-13) Miami leads first set. And
oh
Grace
my
Lopez.
God. It's like she stayed in the air for at least one more second than anybody else.
She's got some God-given ability.
Wait up a second. They're trying to call something here. What is it that they call? What happened here?
I'm not sure.
I'm totally lost, but the ball went to Boston College. Tip, a little bit too high.
Well, they've credited Lopez with an attacking error.
I don't know. Well, it wasn't an attacking error, so. Yeah. Good defense by Flor Maria Heredia.
Great volley.
Off the hands there. Getting some momentum now.
17-15 Miami. Here's a look at the replay. She hit the net? Yeah, she did with her left hand. You can see that net wiggle.
Well, I want to know who called that net, because as you saw, both refs were not watching that, so still bedazzled by that call.
Ooh. Oh, what a terrific job to keep it in play.
If they don't get this point, I'll get a timeout. Too much momentum going out now after a set that's been dominated by the Canes.
17-16, Boston College, just like that.
Maybe even to rest them a bit. They look a little bit tired after all of those rallies.
Gotta try to get one back right here. If you're Miami, Boston College gives them a point back. Boy.
Well, the only thing better than a timeout is to having the players from the other side give you that same effect without you asking for the time. But let's see if Lopez can actually hit this ball between 6-5. When she hits it to 6, she's usually not as efficient as when she goes cross court.
Boy, that was mishit by Boston College. They catch a break, and it's 18-17.
They did, and I'm amazed also that, like I said, her serve usually when it comes from 5 to 5 makes a lot of noise, and she went for the line looking for the libero. Obviously, they have information that we don't have when recruiting on when they should be, but it makes sense for me for her to have her best angle, which is actually from 5 to 5. That's a touch there.
Well, it sure looked like it.
Thought it was a touch. He might challenge. By the way, the other day we were here, by even watching some other matches.
By the way.
Yes, I see the challenge coming. But during the challenge, let's say that you're challenging whether it's in or out, and you see a net, they are able to rectify even though that's not the challenge one, which is something that it's different from basketball and football and other sports. What are you challenging? This? Well, this happened well, but you challenge for this. So, in fact, I think it's a good way because an infraction is an infraction.
It's really hard to tell right there, but we might get a better angle. It even sounded like that ball might have been tipped, but again, there's no clear and convincing evidence.
It's a very close call. Daniel Carp has his eyes on it. It looks in, but this is the worst angle to call it. I need to be honest.
You're loud.
But when you see the high levels of great slow-mo cams at Olympics and stuff, you will see that somewhat, even in tennis, you see that sometimes the last part of the ball touches the outside of the line, so it could be one of those. It's a tight one.
Well, they've got the camera right at the top of the net as well, so they'll be able to get a good look at it from right at the top of the net. I don't know if we have access to that one, but they do right there at the top of the net.
If it was one, it was borderline, and like I said, it's probably a tough one for Daniel Carp there on the... He's checking for a touch, which I don't know why, because I said the challenge was not for a touch, even though it's good to see everything. The challenge is whether it's in or out, and that angle will not do the trick. By the way, it looks like she touched it.
I agree with you. That the pointer and the middle finger.
You see the ball lifting itself up, so I think he might get it. Let me see. Yeah, they got a touch. That's what it was. So they missed the touch and they missed whether it was in or out. But it happens. They're all human.
Any questions, comments, or concerns can be directed at the referees, not at us. Not at Alan and I this afternoon. Don't yell at us.
That's a tough. It's a very tough job. The ball comes really fast. The moment you fall asleep there for a second.
You know, it's funny you say that because even when you sit up a little higher like we are, you feel like, how do you miss it? But when you are right down there, courtside, in the speed of the game from that close up in person is fascinating. It is a very tough job.
It is fast. It is very fast. And I wish I could put a speedometer, let's say when Flor Marie hits. Like, those balls are coming hard, man.
Angela Greaves serving out of the successful challenge by Miami.
Ball was out. No touch.
Boy, it goes from 18-18 to 20-17 after the challenge, just like that. So the Canes back in the driver's seat here.
They needed that. I think they were dominating the match until a couple of mistakes, and then it was a tight one. So good pass. Net violation on Sienna Tejada.
She's got some length to her, huh? Sienna Tejada, freshman out of Fort Lauderdale, Pinecrest High School.
I've been praising her a lot because she was drafted to play outside. I don't think she never thought she was going to play middle. And to her credit, she has been doing a ridiculously good job and taking over that position.
That's good serve. Sophia Lambros.
That's called, I was just born with this nice arm that God gave me, and I'm going to use it. From Aguada, Puerto Rico, Grace Lopez.
Built a little different, you could say.
That team that they had in Puerto Rico that played for a while, that was ridiculous to see at the club level. Really good. Her friends are playing professional ball in Puerto Rico, some of them are.
Great serve and an ace.
Timeout after blowing up this lead up to 4 points.
So 22-18, Miami leads here in the first set. An ace for Yaralis Rosado, the junior out of Puerto Rico. Let's go back a couple of points ago. Now more than just a couple of points, but that terrific set that you were talking about, Alan, from Savannah Vach. You say it should be headed to Bristol. A little top 10 action.
It's a one-handed. Look at this one, and oh, that's a beauty, my friend. That truly belongs in Bristol for sure. That's a Luciano de Checo kind of play, which is if you ask me, he's the best setter in the world from Argentina. And the athleticism in which she did it, too, was such a pretty play by Savannah there. One more for her highlight reel. She's a human highlight reel. The girls, this team, now we have a bit of time. I see Coach Keno having fun with them. I see a different chemistry that I haven't seen in a couple of years. I think he's actually enjoying this team a lot. And I've been watching some attitudes that I love. I've been watching girls that have been coming in and out. Still, they look focused and being mindful while being there. I don't see the long faces, you know, the worriness that I'm not playing or whatever. I see a team that's actually trying to win as a team. And in modern days, this is getting harder by the second, not even by the day. So I see some stuff that I truly like of them as a group.
You know what's interesting to watch? He is a world-class mind in Coach Keno, but he's very hands-off on match day. His assistants handle the direction and instruction to the team. Hands in pockets, he takes a seat, but he's very hands-off and he observes. Obviously, there's so much work that goes in before the match, but it's really neat to watch him delegate a lot of that work to his assistants, and he just takes a bit of a step back and he'll provide praise and direct.
He trusts us. He's had a great coaching staff here, going back to the Casey Kreider days. But also he needs to know when to step in. But this is very common now in volleyball. Some people like it, some people don't. The ball was out. But if he feels like he's working for him, it is what it is. The Nebraska coach also, John Cook, barely stands up. The Louisville coach barely stands up. Their assistants do most of the job until they feel like they need to step in.
I enjoy watching it, though. He's assisted by Jillian Hatterman and Eric Johnson.
Very happy with that staff this year.
Timeout has paid off for Jason Kennedy.
Yeah,
Boston
2 mistakes
College
in a row.
Within 2.
We should have a stat on every time you get a timeout, how many times you get to freeze that server and you get a point. It's higher than people think. They lose focus. The ball was good.
That's one way to get a point back. Feed it to the big girl.
Good to see her hit against the line. I mean, she's trying to get more range as she hits. I think that cross court, it's money for her. She knows how to hit it the moment she starts to get better at these other shots.
Easy dig. Here's Lopez. Boy, a two-headed monster on opposite sides of the floor right now for Miami.
Ball coming in, yeah.
College.
Some of the balls haven't been able to block, like, you know, smartly. Like that last hit, Boston College is like decided not to hit it that hard and roll it, and you know they're getting in there, but they're touching them and they're there.
23-21, Miami leads. Look out.
A lot of digging on balls that usually don't get out, end up being digged. So.
It's going to be 2 good opportunities right here. They're going to feed Grace Lopez twice, and now we've got a set point.
What a cool cat, huh?
Oh. If at first you're not successful,
he has
try
the
again.
coolness of the Pink Panther. It might be the Puerto Rican Panther.
The Puerto Rican, there you go.
It's just a cool cat.
Oh.
And that happens when you try to place in a ball. Same as in tennis, the moment you don't finish with that spin and you don't go over that ball, it just floats away from the court.
Set point again for Miami, and they should get a really good look at ending the first set right here. If they can handle the serve from Jane Petrie out of San Diego.
They're asking for a double on that play.
That's a good
Could
block.
have been.
Just to keep it alive. Nice
That
pancake.
ball, I think that ball landed.
Ooh!
And they got it again at the end.
Look
It was
at the
about-
Eagles.
They were about to call it. That ball landed. Just like that wasn't a pancake by Angie Grease. I was watching it right here.
Hit the floor.
Yeah. Like very easily.
24-23 Miami. Boston College not going quietly. Angela Grieve just taps it over.
Oh.
Grieve. And the first set belongs to Miami. That was a sensational
They needed it at the
first
end.
set here in Coral Gables this afternoon. The Canes squeak it out.
Got also rid of them in 3 sets. And Florida State, which is playing really good.
So Grieve wrapped up the first set. She gets us started here in the second set, and she starts it with an ace.
Shank pass. I heard that whistle. That's Angie's mom who sits next to us.
It's funny.
She can whistle way better than I can.
So, but Angela Grieve has been a phenomenal player here at the University of Miami as well.
Great career.
Redshirt senior out of Jupiter. Ooh, that was dug out sensationally by the libero, Anna Murphy out of Zionsville, Indiana.
Great hit by Lena Crabtree there down the line. Checking over this team, height-wise, 6'2", 6 feet, 6'2", 6'3". Very big team.
Now they got some good size to them.
Yep.
They got themselves a lead, an early one here in the second set.
It can help you when you're serving too. People don't realize that the taller you are, the flatter you can hit that ball from a high angle towards a low angle. So
Serving Sophia Lambros, youngster out of California. And that is
race
out.
of bounds.
Attacking
Yes.
error, 3-1 Boston College.
Nothing gets you more in trouble than hitting errors. That was a nice try. She went for it. Hitting out of 1. It's a good serve. Running that pipe, Angela Grease hitting from position 6. Going over that rule, remember that back row players can hit from the front as long as you jump from behind that 10-foot line. You cannot even touch it or step in it, but yes, you can, and you can land whatever you want. Good serving. It's a free ball.
That's
I
an
didn't
ace.
get that. Good serving by Yai. Family of liberos from Morovis, Puerto Rico. Her sister played at Minnesota under Hugh McCutcheon.
Terrific program up there.
Yep. Hugh is a Hall of Famer in my book as a coach and as a person too. What a great play by Gray for Marie.
So calm, cool, and collected.
Yep.
And she says, good afternoon.
Now meet my arm. I have a really fast arm. If your hands are not there placed perfectly, I will pretty much end up breaking them.
Boy, Jason Kennedy is not happy. He just stuffed his face inside of his hooded sweatshirt and zipped it up as he paces around that Boston College huddle. He is really, really concerned about what he saw after a 3-0 Miami run has made it 4-3 Canes. So let's take a break. And we'll be back from Coral Gables right after these messages. Pleased with what he saw from his team as Miami has retaken the lead here in set number 2.
Nice block by Savannah back there on the tip. Died with the dig. That's a double.
Look at that. And now Kennedy is yelling at the referee.
They should. And that's a net violation there. I'm not quite sure it was the side that they called it on. I don't know if we can see that replay at the net there, if we may. Or she got stepped on or something. That doesn't look like it's pretty bad, but yeah, she's trying to tighten the shoes. For those club girls that are watching, that Coach Allen is always giving you issues about you having not shoes tied well. you cannot slip them on for playing volleyball. So,
Alan, can I say I think it's very silly that the libero has to be the mediator between the referee and the head coach?
well, she doesn't have to be. I'm pretty sure that probably because she's the captain, but I mean, still, what she's trying to tell him, she's not going to go too far.
I know. I think it's silly. She has to come back and relay the message to the head coach.
But let's talk about the sides that people don't talk about. Even though he's not going to change the call, the moment that you start to let him know that they don't like it, he will be ready for the next one. So you're doing your job too. That could have been a carry right there too.
Boston College with 2 quick points to retake the lead. There's not a lot of flow here in the second set. It's a little choppy.
Kyle, remember, we have been going back and forth talking about the double touch and me with my campaign of disappearing it. That could have been a double anywhere, but not to Michael Gale. So everybody has this way of seeing doubles that it's so unfair to players. That's why I'd rather get rid of it. That's another reason why I just saw it. Why I just saw 2 doubles in a row and a carry, and he doesn't see it that way. So you might as well let them go.
That's a great block.
Nice block there. Coach Ken also not happy about them pushing the ball there. That's, you could basically, you're carrying the ball. The rule says that once your hand is extended, you can push it down there, but you just cannot be like moving it all over the place, otherwise you're throwing the ball.
You felt like we had a little throw in there, did you?
Yep. That's a great defensive play again by Yai.
Look out.
Should give a lot of credit to the defense from Boston College.
Goodness,
they're digging bombs, and now they're blocking bombs there.
Boy, they look really sharp here in the second set. They have a little tenacity and they're ferocious.
Some of the things that I look forward into for Marie is that at some point she needs to know what to do when those blocks are well formed there. You just cannot challenge them or you will eat it. So that's the next step for her. Good hit out of Ashley Carr from the middle. And that comes with experience, Kyle. That's not a magic pill. You need to work on that. What do you do when that block is right there? Then you learn how to use outside hand. You get to use tip of the hands or tip.
All right. Okay, so it's 6-6.
Yeah. Ball pretty fast to position forward, slipped in by Haley Schrader. That finish, 25-23, momentum actually went a little bit towards Boston College there.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Great hit by Andy. It's out of bounds.
We are all square at 7.
Moiseo coming in for Carr to serve.
Last time she served, she had herself a service error. She'll try to keep it within the field of play this time.
I love her as a Diaz. I love her as a libero. I pretty much love to see her play.
Ooh.
It's a good serve. Nice deep serve. Good dig by her. Andy tooling it in. Some of the things that you see Andy doing with a little bit more finesse, obviously they're different players. From Mari's a power player, but that with time, Andy has learned that it's not only about hitting it hard, it's about having a good range and placing it where you're supposed to. Another good serve. I don't think you have to be a genius to understand that the magic of this game is if you can pass really well, you will have a shot. If you can pass and serve really well, you will be decent.
Well, it's another great serve. That's an ace. And Jason Kennedy wants another timeout. Another timeout is called by Boston College. And that's the last one here in the second set. Jason Kennedy, the body language would not indicate that. He is very thrilled with what's transpiring for Boston College. He'll let his assistants handle things right now, but Miami with a 10-7 lead. Let's take a look at the standings in the ACC, shall we? Miami is right there in the picture. They look really good 13-6 overall, 6-3 in the conference, sitting at 5th with a lot of season left. I think they feel really good about their chances of going to the NCAA tournament for the 3rd consecutive season.
That pass is going to be between number 5, number 6, and number 7. NC State and Wake Forest and Miami. It's a toss-up, to be really honest. Whoever can show up, and you can, obviously this is recorded, from that team, that will be the last pass. One of those 3 will do it. I don't see anybody else at this moment, to be really honest, in the ACC making a huge jump, but we need to see.
Miami's already played North Carolina State and Wake Forest. They lost at Wake Forest. They beat North Carolina State in 5 sets here on the 6th of October. Remaining schedule for Miami, they're at Notre Dame and at Louisville, so that's not going to be easy. Louisville, one of the best programs in the country.
Louisville is one of those that you can probably say it is what it is, but look, Louisville actually lost to North Carolina, to NC State. So they've been beating each other up, and I truly think that the ACC has become such an interesting conference. To me, it's one of the top 3, and it didn't used to be this way. And very, very great teams.
Yeah, so Miami will go to Notre Dame and Louisville, host Virginia and Pitt, go to Florida State, host Georgia Tech, and the final 2 matches of the season will be at Pittsburgh and at Boston College. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a favorable schedule for Miami, as they play some very stiff competition in the conference, but a winnable schedule, and I think they've got a very good shot to get themselves back to the tournament. Yeah.
Another ace from Moisio. I was telling you that the chemistry that I see, well, Moisio not being a starter, working as a DS, coming in and putting in points. I see a team that players are coming happy from the bench to actually contribute. Ball didn't go through. Jason Kennedy, coach from Boston College, he seems very frustrated, and me and Cal were talking about this off the air. You know, we're all humans as coaches, and sometimes when you tell players this is what's going to happen, this is our game plan, it doesn't happen. Yeah, we're all human, and frustration sets in. Good dig.
Boston
That's
College,
a double, my
they
friend.
are in desperate need of a point.
It's a double here in Russia. And
everywhere in between.
Anywhere, yeah. It's a bad one. The only reason why you didn't see anything is because it didn't convert into a point. Otherwise, we would have seen Coach Ken all over the place.
It's getting ugly for Boston College.
And by the way, it's not because it turns. It doesn't matter if it spins or not. It's just that you're watching the double touch.
Goodness gracious.
That's a carry right there, too.
Well, Boston College right now cannot stop the bleeding.
Incredible. Yeah, they started pretty good. At some moment, they even had momentum, and they have lost it.
And Moisio still serving for the Canes.
Moisio's having a blast there.
Oh, and she's putting some terrific balls on the other side of the net. This is going to be another golden opportunity. Who are they going to give it to? There you
Free
go.
balls to the middle. It's a 70% chance of them setting middles on a free ball. You know?
Moisio's serves here are impeccable. There's just no rotation. There's knuckleballs.
Talking about that flat serve, as you can see there, a lot of struggle. Maybe a change of passers. I don't know if they can. That's what we call flat and clean, when you hit that ball with that palm, and it has a lot of movement, actually. Same as a knuckleball.
Wow. 16-7 now.
Nice, flat and clean. There he goes again.
That's not a very good. That's not a very good opportunity.
No, that's
Grace Lopez.
That's a seasoned player,
that's a veteran
professional
move right there,
tool there. Yeah.
Now, what is she doing? She sees that before she does it. She just knows she has court presence like that.
I assure you that she has more playing hours than anybody in this gym, being a freshman. In Puerto Rico, you play over the laundry court in the backyards, you know, like.
She knew exactly where she wanted to go with that ball, and did not give it away at all to Boston College. Boy, finally they get themselves a point back. It's 17-8. I mean, they were in desperate need of that point. Unfortunately, it looks like a little too late here in the second set for the Eagles.
Grace is looking ridiculously good. I just cannot imagine once she gets her body to get a little bit even more strength will be freaky. But if when she gets stronger, oh my God.
Oh my
Look at that arm.
That's a weapon.
Puerto Rican national team is waiting for her with open arms and professionalism down the road. It's a fact. Look how easy she does it too, man. It's the Puerto Rican Panther, bro. That cool. Ball was in. Ooh. Yeah, that sneaked in through the block.
You got
at
better
this
eyes
moment,
than me, Alan.
If you're Miami, you just want to actually just side out and keep this going.
Exchange a few points here back and forth too.
If they can pull this one off, which looks pretty attainable, it'll be 3 in a row for them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, what a
nice
great play by Boston College.
Great
they sent it right into the net.
Grace Penn got a piece of that one, the setter.
Boy, they've got Boston College tied up in knots right now. They have no idea what Miami's looking to do.
And it all started with Moisillo serving. She opened that gap, and bleeding hasn't stopped yet.
It's a little deep.
Angie West, I want to hit some more. Let's play a little bit more offense. Sophia Lambros to serve. Boston College running a 6-2. Hesitation there for Siana Tejada.
That wasn't a very good set there. That's better, but just kind of tap it back over to Miami.
Yep.
Just giving them too many opportunities. And they're just going to continue to capitalize. You don't try to punish the Canes at some point here.
No.
Just giving them free opportunities and free looks.
Great hit by Siana Tejada. People don't realize that they're probably going to hit. Here he goes again. It's so tough to change from an outside to a middle. It's such a different position. You don't get to hit balls that are second tempo balls. You get to hit balls that are fast. I don't even know, and I wish I could talk to Coach Keno, like, how did she make this transition so well in so little time? I mean, it's very uncommon, to be really honest. It's very, very uncommon.
So 20-11, Miami leads the second set after a tightly contested first set.
Good pass.
Oh, great block.
Yeah, they're stacking in the middle. That's why they're a good blocking team.
Julia Haggerty in on the block. There's Haggerty and Schroeder.
They're going to run her on a 31 or a 32, which is a ball in the middle, a little bit closer to the left side. Let's see, that's what she does. Pass it over.
Wow, that was a great play by Colon. Is it going to give Miami an opportunity?
Good one. Gray says, I have it. Oh, and Toole there at the end.
That was a very good point by Boston College and a fun rally to watch.
It was. Look at Yai coming after this one. Yeah, those biometrics are working. She got off that box real quick.
Okay.
Good job. Nice speed and a great hit there at the end. Pulling off Savannah back.
20-13. This is going to be a freebie for Boston College if they can capitalize. And they will. Ooh, look out.
And not to take anything away as Angie went for it. Every time you see these people jumping and throwing themselves into the floor as a coach, I don't need to coach this one. The girls are engaged. They know what they're doing.
Right.
They've been losing focus at the end of sets. I think it happens a lot, even in professional. Like, yeah, we got this one. And all of a sudden, then you start to see it fade away.
Good opportunity right here. Look out. Ooh, Boston College keeps it in play.
They've been digging a lot of balls, to be really honest.
Yeah, but when Flor Marie Heredia Colon's on the other side.
Dig this one.
Yikes.
That's Plátano power right there. That's a plantain from the Dominican Republic. Look how relaxed she transitions. Give it to me. Boom.
Ooh. Good boy.
That ball was out of bounds. Very close to it. Angie did the right thing, which is not to stay and become a line judge. You move and you make sure that it's going out.
22-14.
Easy dig.
Yeah.
And a good block. Yeah, she's human. Great block there to Grace Lopez.
Boston College just not nearly as crisp. They're not giving themselves enough opportunities to really crawl back into this thing. They're within 7, but just too many errors, too many unforced errors.
Haley Schrader there, the number 2 with that block. She's been tooling really well too.
Boy, that's a good serve. Very good serve.
You see, yeah, ball was good. Caught the net, went up a bit, but then it landed down. I don't think there's anything harder in volleyball than to see a left-handed hitter hitting from the left side.
What makes it so difficult?
You don't see those angles too much.
Well, she does. She's different.
Yeah, lefties, you know, they have advantage in so many sports. I think that in baseball and volleyball takes even a little bit more prominence to call it something. Good sub there, resting for Maria Heredia. And Feliciano coming in to pass for her. Neilani, she's been in and out as also being the libero of this team. She has what it takes to do that job too.
Ooh, that's a bomb.
That's Angie being Angie right there, choosing and placing it right.
Boy, she can really elevate too. I mean, she can hang up there.
Angie's just a great athlete, and she's very focused on what she's supposed to do. And feisty, she talks on the net, which I totally love.
Heck yeah. So set point for Miami. They've already got a 1-0 lead. And this is going to be another terrific opportunity. Who are they going to give it to? Grace Lopez says, I'll handle things. And Miami leads 2-0 this afternoon. All right, set here for the third set now. Miami will probably and certainly look to not let this linger, right? The last thing you want to do is give somebody a set. Then they start to sneak into it as Boston College collects the first point here of the third set. But that's oftentimes the mentality. You take the first 2 sets, don't give them even just that door crack a little bit.
That's the 0-2 jinx. It happens a lot, even at very high levels of volleyball. It's a free roll for the Canes.
And that is terrific by Boston College.
They've been able to block a lot of balls from that girl right there.
Wow. And they just collected that thing after it rattled off the light fixture.
We're talking about 6-1, 6-2, and 6-3 there. I mean, good hit from Grace Lopez, but their middle blockers, it says, Julia Haggerty says that she's 6'2". I don't know who measured her, but she's taller than 6'2". And everybody in there, it's really tall on that net.
It's amazing to me when you talk about Flor-Maria Heredia Colon along with Grace Lopez, you know, a freshman and a sophomore, that their bodies will grow and develop and they'll get bigger, faster, and stronger. I mean, that's a scary proposition for a opponent.
It is pretty scary.
You know, they're not redshirt seniors, and even if they were, you'd be like, holy cow, what an unbelievable career, and they're so gifted. But we're talking about a couple of young ladies that are going to be a part of the program for a long time moving forward.
Volleyball is a very fun game, as you guys obviously know and are enjoying here, but the girls are getting stronger and faster by the day.
There's a heck of a serve. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, that's out.
Yeah,
that's an attacking error that time.
Two to two. I hope they don't relax for this one. Good pass by Angie.
Oh my. Great block. That's what they're known for.
Oh, that's a free ball. Oh!
What a terrific block again.
Haggerty was there at the net. There's no way she's 6'2". She's got to be taller than 6'2". And not only that, she jumps pretty good, and she has a very good blocking sense there.
At Lafayette, California. What just happened here?
No, it's just that they're trying to drive the floor. Actually, the ref didn't blow the whistle. And Boston College player, she went for it. Happens a lot. And by the way, I like that she did it. Yeah.
He blew the whistle.
Yeah. He's trying to explain that he didn't blow the whistle. I guess we all know that.
I don't think there's much of an explanation needed here.
Thank you, Sherlock. There we go.
Understood. Another good block.
That's a double again, just to let you know.
Just not going to call it, huh?
Yep. And mainly, this is the one play that the ones that actually let some of them pass is that if it's an easy one and you're passing it to the other side, that one needs to be clean. And it wasn't.
Oh, good block. Oh.
This girl can jump. Haley Schrader, like she's up there. She's pretty fast. It's like a little gazelle too.
Pretty young team. There's a handful of freshmen here, some sophomores, some juniors, not a ton of seniors.
Some good size too.
Yeah. It's a good serve right there. Very deep serve. Oh, hello.
Great hit. I love Ashley Carr. Whenever she has been set, she's been hitting the ball with authority, which is what you want to do.
Well,
she ain't the tallest middle in the ACC, but guess what? Hitting-wise, she's very crafty. She smacks that ball.
So 4-4.
Right into the net. It's incredible that if we were talking about a basketball game and LeBron James wasn't playing, we'd probably be talking about LeBron James for a long time. Janice Leao, I truly think, is the best player for the University of Miami. And this team is in the mix, in a groove, without her. That says a lot about Coach Keno, says a lot about the program, too. I'm pretty sure they miss her, but so far it's been like, oh, that's good. It's been like no Janice, okay, but no problem. You know, they've been handling their own without her. And she's an impact player. She's one of the best middles in the ACC, and she's been flirting with the national team too. That good. See if Moisio can actually do what she did on the last set and build a nice lead. Not this time.
By the way, Grace Lopez with 14 kills this afternoon.
That's ridiculous. Great hit there by Elena Crabtree out of the pipe. And you can see there, Formadi wasn't stopped to play defense, which is the first rule of defense, be stopped. If you're not stopped, then you cannot start to move anywhere. Great dig.
Yeah, great. By Schroeder there in the back, the freshman. Who are they going to feed it to?
Schroeder is a very interesting player. And that's a great hand, too. From one freshman to a senior, Elena Crabtree.
Seven to 5, Boston College leads. Oop.
Should have been easy to pass. Angie with some issues in there. Should they call a timeout to get out of this?
Coach Keno's at least up out of his seat. Just now he's on alert. 8 to 5, Boston College.
Just wondering what happened. Like I said, it doesn't look like it's a really hard serve. Angie has been struggling this match passing. She's a good passer. Great block.
That'll get you back into it, huh?
Yeah, thanks for bailing me out.
And now Lopez is going to serve, so you can get these back in a hurry if you're Miami.
Great block, Oceana Tejada.
Yeah.
She's been so good.
Here comes that nasty, wicked serve.
Right into the
right
net.
into the
happy
net.
About it.
9 to 6 BC.
probably a little bit hurried there in that play.
Miami struggling with some of these serves from Boston College here in the
yes.
third set.
And to give credit to Boston, they have been serving really well and aggressive. That's their only chance that they have. Angie's been struggling on this one too, hitting it out of bounds. They need to get this groove back or we'll be going into the fourth.
10-6, and Coach Gondara would like a timeout. So Boston College with a 10-6 lead here in the third set. And Miami will try to stop some of the Boston College momentum. It's 10-6 BC. The first two sets this afternoon. And Coach Keno not exactly thrilled with what he's seen here these last few points. So he elected to use one of his 2 timeouts to say, hold on a minute, let's reel it in here, ladies. Let's get back on track.
Yeah, I think they seem a little bit out of focus. It happens a lot when you win the first 2 sets. Second one was pretty wide open. So yeah, they tend to relax, and he needs to let them know if you don't relax, we're going to be playing a 4th, and if you don't relax, we could be playing a 5th.
And out of the timeout, there you go. You said stop the momentum.
I want to make stats on this one. I'm pretty sure somebody might have them, but it happens so often. The team is having a rally, you get a timeout, they put the ball out of bounds. You ice them, and it happens a lot.
So 10-7, Miami to serve. This is Angela Grieve. That's a beauty, and that's an ace. I'll tell you what, if they rattle off another point or two, Jason Kennedy's going to call for a timeout.
Pretty sure. Angie helping herself out after a couple of mistakes, saying, well, I'm going to make them up.
It's a good hit there. Kept alive by the Canes. Here comes Grace Lopez.
Defense,
yeah.
I love this Schrader girl.
Oh, look at this. Got monitors out at the table. Ball kept alive.
Whatever
and now
works.
It's 10-9.
And going back to what I said on the Canes, I need to be honest also with Boston College. Now you see the defense of them going after everything. Defense, pretty much, it's what measures where your team is in engage-wise, mindfulness-wise, and yeah, they're putting up a fight.
Miami was down 4 points, now down just 1. Wow. Wow.
Could have been a carry too.
Wow.
Free ball. See what she does with it.
Yikes.
Whoa.
That's rude. That's not fair. I might want to take a timeout.
Mom going crazy here.
Yeah, while she streams it on Instagram,
yes.
She streams it live on
yes.
Instagram. All right, Boston College calls for a timeout. Now let's take a look at that play. I mean, this is not right. This is inappropriate.
Look, she ran into position 5.
Oh,
she has
goodness.
that cross court and right in between the 2 blockers.
If you didn't like the first angle, we'll give you another.
I can see this all day. Boom.
Jeez.
Right there.
It's funny. You should see her mom here in the crowd. She has her phone out. She's streaming it on Instagram. And you can tell she's got a bunch of folks watching back home. All right, so it's 10-10 here in the third set. Miami with a 2-0 lead. How about we take a look at what's going on throughout the rest of the ACC on this Sunday afternoon. Again, Miami is right in the picture, right in the thick of things. They are playing really good volleyball. Wake Forest disposed of Notre Dame. Florida State did the same facing Syracuse. Duke leads Clemson 2-0. Georgia Tech with a 2-0 lead over North Carolina. Virginia Tech and Louisville tied a good one up in Blacksburg, and Virginia, North Carolina State going toe-to-toe. North Carolina State with a 2-0 lead over Virginia.
Bit surprise there. I mean, great that it's happening, but probably Louisville should have been 2-0. That's the way it goes. Everything else looks pretty normal and expected. Duke over Clemson could be a little bit of an upset. I mean, Duke not doing really great against the Canes, and then Clemson beating them in 5. That's an L that will hurt for the Canes. But they're fighting. I mean, they're fighting, and Syracuse obviously with having a very tough season there, losing to Florida State. Wake Forest doing really good too, beating Notre Dame.
So 10-10. Out of the timeout by Jason Kennedy. Miami has rattled off 4 consecutive points. We resume this afternoon's festivities, and there you go. Out of the time.
There he goes.
Oh my goodness, it's too funny.
My friend, I'm telling you that it happens in mini volleyball. It happens
why
in
is
club
that?
volleyball. It happens in high school volleyball. I think that it just takes your mind away from it, and then you start to overthink and you get anxious. And anxiousness, it's the worst thing that you can. If you don't dominate that as an athlete, you're in trouble. Oh,
Yikes.
that's a bomb right there.
Yeah, Boston College keeps it alive though. That's a great job. Who are they going to set up? Here she comes again. That was Cologne. And that is
bounce. Look for a touch. No touch. Some of the speeds that I've seen on Lopez and on Flor Marie, to be really honest, I just came and had the honor to be in Italy for over a month, and I went over the Euro Cup. These hits are as fast as international ball.
Don't just breeze over. You were over in Italy for a month?
Yeah.
What?
Well, it was vacation then. My wife allows me to be the volleyball junkie that I am, so we saw that the Euro Cup was being played in Monza, so
How was it? Awesome.
why not? It was, yeah.
How many people go to these events?
It was packed, and lots of volleyball culture and lots of great teams. 6'9" outside, 6'9" right side. It's a zoo, man.
Oh, that was dangerous. Oh boy. At the net, a point for the Canes.
So good at the net. People forget that this girl used to hit too. She was a very good hitter, and I'm talking about the setter Savannah Back. So she's pretty crafty, and she's been playing a 5-1 for a long time too. So she knows how to handle that net. She's a great athlete.
Well, Miami's down 10-6, and now they have a 13-11 lead. And another block.
Another block and a little check. Like there you go.
And that might trigger another timeout, and it will. Now Miami trying to run away with a third set and sweep the weekend here in Coral Gables.
Like what I see out of this team. Like I like the chemistry. I always try to look to see body language and how they behave. I'm huge on that. And you're watching it right there. You see people hugging in there. You see how everybody's into this timeout. There's so much info in this timeout. See Coach Keno there pumping them up, and then letting Jill run whatever she's doing there. I don't know if it's offense or defense. I keep forgetting, but yeah. There's a million words in that timeout, and there's a million words in this one too.
This one a little more dejected.
Yeah, I mean they've been struggling, and then they're looking for it, but you see in their face the frustration, and obviously that includes the coach too. And I don't blame them. I've been on that spot many times. So
you kind of express the frustration as a coach, though. The players recognize that, and, you know.
Kyle, you'll be surprised. Like sometimes, depending on the team, that works.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you do that to a team, we need to adjust also to the teams and the players. That's something I've been coaching forever. Not everybody responds to different stuff, but I've been that guy, and it has worked to me before. I've talked in times, and I go, listen, I think you guys are way better than this, and I'm not doing anything by talking to you guys. I'm just going to sit and watch you play. Sometimes you can pull that one, and it works. But I think the frustration comes over from also not winning a single set in the last couple of matches, knowing that it is a talented team. They have physically, and they have what it takes. What's the glue that's not making them come together? Only he knows.
14-11, Miami, third set. Good serve.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
And all you can do as a coach, and like I said, I feel for all the coaches. We're all colleagues. Jason Kenny's going to have to tell them, listen, in practice, we're going to have to pass so we can compete for a long time, and that's all you can do.
It's another great serve. Oh, boy.
Good defense.
Gosh, they played great defense all day long.
And defense starts at the net, so they're good defensive on the net, and they're really good also when they're playing defense from the ground. So they have things going. I'm watching how they pass, and obviously I'm not here to be coaching or anything, but they're breaking form all the time. They're lifting themselves up. There are some technical issues that they can actually get better at. That's a great set. We were having this chat before this match about how hard it is to pass. So you need to be in this position in which you're in an athletic position, but you cannot raise. You can't get out of that position or the ball goes elsewhere. So it's a very technical game, and it's a tough one. 2 aces now coming from Boston College.
Get you right back into it a little bit. Now trailing by 3 points.
That's all you need sometimes, a 2-point rally, and you're knocking on that door. Trying to clean the court. Was a little bit wet there on the Miami side. Savannah back now having Carr and Heredia on the front row.
Wow, what a great block.
Let me tell you, number 23 is impressing. That's why they have these numbers on, and they might even jump to be #1 blocking team in the ACC. This girl has what it takes, but she has a lot of sense. I just don't know why Flor Maria Heredia is choosing to hit that way. You have a choice not to hit her way.
This is a good opportunity right here for Boston College.
Yes, it is. Could have been a double.
Another block. Holy cow.
Sometimes when Savannah sets back, she keeps her hands a little bit low and it comes out spinning. Like I said, it doesn't mean that it's a double, but to many people it could be. That's something she's working on with, and Coach Keno pretty much letting her know what he wants out of her right there.
Quick 4-0 scoring run. It was 16-11. Boston College right back in. Remember, Miami trailing 10-6 at one point early on in this third set. And Boston College has responded.
What I see with a lot of respect is that every time the Canes have been trying to pull out of this match and you know, breaking it open, all of a sudden they relax, and the moment that Boston College sees that, they go for it. They have nothing to lose. I'm down 0-2, so I will go through everything. So good teams always take care of teams that have less talent at the moment, or they're not as good as you are. They need to try to shut this door down as fast as they can. Coach Keno now took the timeout. I guess when he thinks that he needs to motivate and talk about toughness, that's when he steps in and goes, let's get our heads together and do what we have to do. Coach back in it now for Boston, knowing that, so now you're doing what I want you to do. Now I can actually coach you guys. And double sub for the University of Miami. This has been happening lately. Whenever Coach Keno thinks that he might need a spark plug in there, he goes for that 6-2. So it's going to have Alanis Vieira setting, going in for Grace Lopez, and then Payman Jardimchi will be playing right side. So automatically right now he gets 3 hitters instead of 2 because he was running a 5-1. So Savannah was in the front row. So all of a sudden now with Alanis, he has this opportunity, maybe even for just 1 rep, because after this one, Alanis will be stepping into the front court. Which, by the way, she could play there. Probably it's not a great idea because she's not tall enough to block, but she's good enough to set and run offense. So
good serve. Here's that set, and Jardimchi.
And it works.
And back we come. On cue. You know what, Alan? It's almost like you've done this for multiple decades, and you know what you're doing here, buddy.
Well, maybe I forgot to tell you guys that I was an assistant coach to Coach Keno while we were coaching at professional, but pretty much it's a logic move.
That's funny.
And spark plugs, you know, Alanis has been a spark plug like anyone I have seen here in a long time.
You've seen a few things in your day, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I have, but every time she comes in, she brings a great attitude. Like I said, she has awesome hands. She has the softest touch in the team. She comes in, she scores, she's good for the team, and then they bring her back.
No more timeouts left for either side, and Miami leading by 3. Starting to sniff another sweep here this weekend. Set pretty well. Dug out and over for Flor Maria Heredia Colon.
She worked it up pretty well. That could be a carry there. That's kind of like a beach set.
Oh, Angela Grieve.
Yes. Just do my homework here. Well, no, I was looking at the libero Anna Murphy, but she's from Indiana. Sometimes Californians In the beach, there's something called a deep dish, and they actually lower their hands, and the ball comes without rotation. And you see it a lot in California, but she's not from there.
Only deep dish I know is in Chicago, Alan.
Yep.
And that's pizza.
19-16. It's a 3-point lead. Some good offense now for Savannah back.
Yeah.
It's for Maria Heredia out of 2. Carr in the middle. Grace Lopez out of 4. Oh, great hit. Feliciano coming in now for Heredia. I think it's a good sub. He gets better defense and also gets Feliciano some reps. Gets to rest for Maria Heredia. A lot of good stuff happening on this side.
20-16.
Off the hands of Lopez. If there's anything that I know Lopez will get better at, is at blocking. And she has 2 different jumping abilities. There's one for hitting, which I truly think she goes higher. I think she needs to load some more to go blocking. You have lesser space, so it makes it awkward. So when she gets that done, it's going to be even more insane to watch her.
She's a wrecking ball.
Pass from Angie. To try to
Great
tool.
block.
Oh my God, so fast. Audrey Ross is a freshman, 6'3". She was blocking Angie on that side.
It's just met with such force that it's very, very difficult to control.
Let me tell you, the future of Boston College also is full of big and very talented players.
Yeah, the way they can block. There will come a point where they're very tough to beat. There's no doubt about that. Here's golden opportunity.
Nice roll there, mixing it up.
Oop.
There you go. The magic of what Angie's doing, and this is for club coaches, club girls that are playing. Whenever you cannot do damage by putting the ball down, then you want to place it where it hurts the team, and that's what she's been doing with those roll shots. They ended up, as we can see, all of these shots that she's doing, they end up being free balls for Miami. So that's the best thing you can do, and that's a very different Angela Greaves. That obviously when she was a freshman, she's a very seasoned outside right now.
22-17.
Boom, that arm, it's a whip, man.
But the blocking by Boston College has been incredible.
That's perfect. I don't see the net. And there's no, you see people going like this, like reaching over. No, it doesn't. You need to go over the plane of the net and take care while that ball is in the second pass. She was right on top. I agree with the ref there.
Uh-oh.
And she's had a rough one passing.
Yeah.
When she sees this video, what I see from here, like I said, she has great coaches. I don't have to be doing this, but at some moment she's losing the ball and she's looking somewhere else. You need to keep your eyes on that ball.
That was a free point right there for Boston College.
Yes. Just needs to relax and remind herself of who she is. Great shifting now to get her out of the passing rotation by Coach Keno.
Uh-oh, it's another one.
Oh, wow. My God. I wish people understand the confidence level that you need to do this.
That was intentional.
Of course. That happens a lot. Look, she's here and she's in the front. She's going to dump it and you don't touch it. I've seen this only at very high levels. I'm talking Olympics or the Italian league.
Oh, that's crippling. And here comes match point. That's a crushing blow right there.
Those 2 plays by Savannah back, guys, at least hold them for the future. The one-handed and this one, those are 2 magical plays out of her.
Match point here in Miami. And that's going to do it. Unbelievable. Wow.
Grace
they are
Lopez.
Impressive. Your thoughts, Alan, as we wrap things up?
This team is looking really good. Grace Lopez, the Puerto Rican Panther, doing the job for Maria Heredia. Everybody, setters, Savannah back. The team is looking good. I like the chemistry. I think Miami at this point does have a chance to go into the tournament.